Have you ever had one of those days where you're just frustrated with leasing? Where you start thinking to yourself, man, if only years ago I had just picked a different career path. We've all been in that situation, and we've all had those moments where we're just frustrated with being in property management. It's so often that frustration that we have working in property management stems from the fact that we're just not leasing enough apartments. And there are a few key areas that really lead to that frustration around not having enough leases. And on this video today, I'm going to share with you 5 very easy tips for helping you get more leases so you can have more energy, you can feel great, and you can stop being frustrated with the fact that you're struggling. Hey everybody, my name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University. What's Leasing University? It's the #1 sales training for leasing agents, for property managers, for leasing consultants. Heck, we've even got training for maintenance as well. If you're experiencing frustration, I encourage you right now, head over to leasinguniversity.com and check it out. The training is very simple, and the folks that go through that training will they lease 7 times more apartments than the rest of the industry, so you can tell they're a whole lot less frustrated. Tip number 1. Dominate the phones with a simple system for handling every lead that calls into your community. Here's an industry statistic that's going to blow your mind. For every 1 lead that comes into an apartment community, there's 3.5 other leads that were either missed entirely or the leasing consultant did not make a connection with that renter on the phone. If you're able to fix this, and that's what we do with our phone training at Leasing University, you're able to capture 4.5 leads while your competition is just getting 1. You've got to have the top of the funnel filled up with a massive amount of prospects. And if you're missing 3.5 leads for every 1 that you're getting, well, that's a number that of course is going to lead to frustration. So I encourage you, whatever system that you're going to use, the first place that you need to put your resources is in your phone training. It's going to pay massive dividends for you, and it's going to help get you more leases. The second way to reduce your frustration is to get and implement a very simple system for closing the lease. Listen, most leasing agents and property managers will tell you, hey, I've got a system for closing. But when you start asking them some more questions, you find out there's really nothing there. They're simply winging it. They're going off their gut. They're going off of their years of experience, but they don't know exactly what to say, when to say it, what to do, when to do it, and why these actions are going to help get them the lease. Listen, if you want to reduce your frustration, you need to be able to rely and count on a system that works. You need to be able to trust your process. This means you need something that is extremely easy to learn. It's also extremely easy to practice and extremely easy to put into place. And if you really want to take your closing to the next level, I suggest you develop a closing system that works in any market, with any type of apartment, at any price point, any time of the year, whether it's the slow months in December or the hot months in June. You need to have the same process. And you want a process that works for any type of community. Why? Your career in property management, once you become a closer, is going to explode. You may be put in charge of an A property one day and then a B, C, or even maybe a subsidized community the next day. You want a closing system that can follow you anywhere throughout your career. If you think you're winging it, chances are this is a huge reason why you are frustrated. You can't wing it every single day. You need a simple system for closing the lease. Tip number 3, know the difference between an objection and a complaint. One of the greatest sources of our frustration in property management is, well, we think our prospects are objecting. We think they're saying no. We think they won't sign the lease. When most of the things that are negative that come out of their mouth are merely just complaints. The closet's too small. I don't like stairs. I don't like the price of your rent. I don't like the fact that you've got security deposits. You need a system that's going to allow you to filter through all of this and figure out which ones, and there's only a few, which ones are those actual show-stopping objections that I need to address in order to get the lease, and which ones are just merely complaints and people complain. I don't have to get stressed out. I've got a simple system for dealing with complaints and handling them and moving forward. Listen, if you're dealing with every single complaint that comes your way and trying to overcome it because you were trained to overcome these objections, of course you're frustrated because you're fighting with your prospects. And when you fight with your prospects, they're gonna fight back. And when you guys are in a battle, of course it's difficult to sign the lease. Listen, you have to have a simple way to determine what's an objection that I need to handle. Notice I didn't say overcome. What's an objection that needs to be addressed and handled, and what's merely a complaint? Number 4, stop needing the lease. This is so big, and I see so many leasing agents, maybe their property is sitting down in the low 80s as far as occupancy, and they need that lease, and it shows. When you get frustrated, you start to emanate a neediness. And I always think back to those relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship or started dating somebody and it was very clear that they needed this relationship to work? It's a big turnoff when you're projecting that you need the lease. Well, that reduces the level of certainty in your prospect that this is the right apartment for them. Moving is scary. Moving is terrifying. Moving is a lot of times, in most cases, the single biggest financial decision that somebody's going to make. And there's a huge risk that they're going to make the wrong decision. And when you project that you're needy, well, that is like putting up a giant red flag that they're about to make the wrong decision. You need to be confident. You need to be positive. You need to be energetic. And the last thing that you need to project is that you need this lease. If you're having trouble with your confidence, I suggest get some training that's going to help you with your confidence. One thing that we love about Leasing University is our people are ultra confident because they know they've got a process that they can trust in. And wherever they're at in their occupancy, they start to get wins and they start to get results, and they never project that they need the lease. Number 5, establish authority up front. This is really a big piece, and it's something that we're focused on a lot at Leasing University. The more authority that you establish up front as a leasing professional, as an expert in the marketplace, well, the more your prospect is going to view you as an expert in the marketplace and in turn share with you that vital information about what's most important to them, why it's the most important to them, what they want to see first, why they want to see first, what their current situation is, what exactly they're looking for. Listen, if somebody does not project authority, well, we're a lot less likely to trust them, and we're for sure a lot less likely to share with them our personal information. You need to establish your authority right up front on the phone during the first conversation that you have with your prospects. When your prospects arrive on property and you're able to quickly show them that you deeply understand their current situation and you're able to connect their needs to your apartment community, and you deeply understand the marketplace and the choices that your prospects have, well, they're naturally going to want to work with you. They're naturally going to trust you. And you're going to be their first choice when it comes to selecting a home. You have to establish that authority as an expert. Otherwise, you're just going to be like everyone else in the apartment world. And if you don't believe me, you want to see how everybody else is, call 10 apartment communities right now. They're product pushers. They're just going to talk about features, amenities, and your budget. They're not going to get into what's important to you. Listen, you have to become an expert to establish that authority, and you need a simple system for figuring out just how to do that. So there you have it. There's 5 simple tips that are going to help you get more leases. If you have questions, I hope you have a lot of questions. These are big, big things here. If you have any questions at all, please check us out over at leasinguniversity.com, or you can call my office. My people know where to find me. You can reach us at 888-735-7451. I hope you've subscribed to this channel. I hope you've hit notifications. This channel is all about you. It's all about helping you get better, and it's all about helping you get more leases. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University. Until the next video, I want you to be great, and I want you to get those leases. I'll see you soon. 500 of the top property management companies work with Leasing University. We conduct 100 live apartment leasing training events per year. We help our clients sign over 100,000 additional leases per year, adding $2 billion to their revenue. Leasing consultants that have access to Leasing University lease 7 times more apartments than the rest of the industry. Leasing University is new. Leasing University is game-changing, and Leasing University will get you 7 times more leases. Listen, the apartment industry has changed. The way people rent apartments today is totally different than it was yesterday. Today's renter has more access to information, and they've got more choices in apartments than they've ever had before. If you're struggling to get leases, it's most likely not your location, it's not your amenities, and it's not your price. It's your sales training. If you've been made to sit through a boring class or unrealistic online training, and you're not getting the skills that you need to work with renters, to help you handle their objections, and to make sure you close the lease and rent the apartment, well, that ends today with Leasing University. Our simple, fun, and exciting step-by-step online training and live events will give you the skills and confidence that you need to lease 7 times more apartments. Earn your Certified Leasing Consultant Credential in less than 30 days with Leasing University. Simply click on the link to get started and head over to leasinguniversity.com now to start your training.